breathe. Think about me every night. Oh, is it that sweet? I guess so. Say you can't sleep, baby, I know. That's that me espresso. Move it up, down, left, right, oh. Switch it up like Nintendo. Say you can't sleep.
Today we are here in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, here at Dollywood, and it is the summer celebration. It is absolutely beautiful. Sun is shining, and I am so excited to take you guys along with me. Let's go.
Are on vacation, and I got this one boy, and he wants to.
First thing we're going to do is grab a summer celebration guide. This is a great guide to kind of grab as you walk in. It tells you everything from limited options, and it also tells you all of the different events that are going on here at the park for the summer celebration. So there are quite a few for the summer celebration, and one of the reasons that it is one of my favorites. So there is everything from a dog show, and the summer nights for the drone show, and the fireworks goes on late in the evening, and then there's that gazillion bubble show that is back. Has appeared from last year that I love. So, and not only that, it shows you all of the different show times, everything that you might want to take advantage in. Obviously, most importantly, it gives you a full map breakdown of the entire park so you know where you're going. So definitely grab yourself one of these maps as you walk in. And you cannot come into Dollywood and miss this beautiful backdrop here. And every festival here at Dollywood, they change up the beautiful photo pass right when you walk in. This one, of course, appropriately is the summer celebration. So when you come here, it is just something you have to do. You got to get your pictures taken here. Just kind of welcomes you into this beautiful park. They have changed the banners here. This one is a happy looking sun saying it's summer, guys. Come celebrate. First thing we're going to do is we are going to hop in here to Show Street and pick up the 2025 tasting pass for the summer celebration. This is something I love doing for every festival here at Dollywood, just to kind of give you a little sample of all of the special foods that they have. So I just walked out and I got myself the tasting pass for the summer celebration. And how this works is you get 5 tastings throughout the park, and these are all limited tastings, menu items that are only available during the summer celebration. With my diamond discount, it came up to about $40 with tax. And a really nice thing that they recently added from the last festival is now on the back, it tells you all of the different tastings you can pick. In the past, you had to kind of walk around and see what was available at the different stands and kind of decide what you wanted to pick. Now, I can kind of quickly like look at that and say, that looks good, but there's a lot that looks good. So we're gonna walk around and get our first tasting pass here shortly, so let's go. Something I noticed right away as we walk in is that they recently added last year in the wintertime these interactive wands that kind of communicate with these various stations throughout the park. So this is one that they added for the summer celebration. And this is one of the iconic areas as you walk into Dollywood. Every festival, they change this up right here. And for the summer, they like putting all of these beautiful kites, just kind of swaying in the breeze ever so slightly, but just so pretty. I like the kites. And that was the Wild Roots Band. I love listening to them. They're right as you walk in to the right, kind of just a great welcome into this beautiful park here at Dollywood. Definitely check them out. I've seen them throughout all of the festivals, all of the events, most all of the events here at Dollywood, and it's always a treat when I see them back. Here's the Dolly Parton Experience sign through this way, where it kind of really honors Dolly. Truly, the whole park really honors her. You hear her music playing in the background, but this area really honors just everything Dolly. Ahead over here is the storyteller Dolly's Journey right there. Right here to the right is her gift store. So this one's a little bit smaller, but it's exclusive just for Dolly merch. They always change this up, which is really cool. This is a new Loungefly that I've never seen before. I have seen a lot of tie-dye kind of come back into the park. So here's a Dolly tie-dye shirt. But the nice thing is they really do change up this entire area. So if you are a fan of Dolly, this is a cool area to kind of check out. I don't know if I've seen this before. It's a Dolly neon sign That's pretty darn neat. Not sure where I would put it, but if you're a Dolly fan, you might have a place for it. Another Dolly Loungefly here. This one I actually like. It's very tasteful, it's very subtle, just has her signature all throughout. I like that. That's nice. That's really nice. I like that. I always like popping in there because, like I said, they always change things around. So last time I was here, I purchased a really cute embroidered tank top. So definitely check that out when you're in. One thing I do love about Dollywood is that regardless of the festival and whatever is going on here, they do such a great job with all of the floral throughout the park. It's just manicured to perfection. I want to share a little tip with you guys. So right when you walk into the park, you will see to the right there are some restrooms, and almost always when I walk in fact today when I walked in, there was a line outside, and they're usually very, very busy because they're the most visible right as you walk in. However, right by Dream Song Theater here, there are some restrooms that they're right in the back here, right next to the gift shop. So as you're coming in, you just take an immediate right, and they're right down here tucked in. And I'll tell you, I was just in there and there is no one in there. Almost always it is empty. So use that tip if you have to go, and you can hold it just for an extra minute longer when you walk in. Something I did want to share that I noticed this time is that they do have these sensory rooms throughout the park, which I can really appreciate. I have several friends that have children that are on the spectrum, and they have these really nice rooms that are locked. So if you do need to utilize them for yourself or for anyone in your party, the way to get them unlocked is you actually go in right from the entrance of the park where they measure the kids for the wristbands, and they're the ones that actually unlock this. So it is not open, at all times. You can't just go in and open it, which again, I can respect and appreciate, but that is great to know. Okay, so we're gonna walk around the park and just kind of take it all in. This is my first time at the park during the summer celebration this season. So one thing that they did just announce over the speaker is that the heat index is supposed to be over 100 degrees. So it's gonna be a hot one. I'm about to go refill my cup with water. That's another great thing, is the park is very generous about offering water. So if you don't have your cups with you, just go to any station, food station, and they're more than happy to offer you free cups of water. So definitely stay hydrated during these summer, very hot months. In my last video, I did go into Dolly's bus here, and it is really, really cool. If you have not been in there, it is her original tour bus, and you can see a lot of really cool stuff you see from her bed and to everything that she had on tour, and that is her original bus. So check it out if you haven't. I mentioned that flowers is kind of the theme throughout the summer, but really I think there's a touch of it all year round. But you see the summer celebration sign here with the beautiful sunflowers behind it. I just love it. It makes me happy. Here's the Pines Theater coming up to Lightning Rod right here. It looks like it's a 45-minute wait. I'm not surprised. This one usually has a very, very long wait. I love this ride, but we're not going to ride it today. We're going to wait for it to kind of slow down a little bit. I did expect for the wait times to be longer today. With it being a holiday weekend, a lot of people are in town and kind of enjoying the time off perhaps they have from work, but just enjoying the time here at Dollywood. Oh, this is a nice little cool off point. I am going to love this. All of these misters here all around. Oh, that feels so nice. It's like the perfect cooling. You don't get too wet, but just kind of cools you off enough. Refreshes you just right. River Rampage is probably going to be another one that is very busy today. Line looks like it is already out the entrance, but I don't blame them because today is the perfect weather for it. I love this ride. It's one of those rides too that you never know. You could get totally soaked on it, which I have, but then there's times that I would go on it and I didn't even get wet at all, not even a splash. So you just never know. It's kind of a wild card, but it's always fun seeing who in your boat. We always kind of have a bet whenever I go with a group of people. We always see who gets the most soaked. One of the things that you can do, and I see a few people are getting ready to do right here, if you're feeling a little torturous, you can pay 25 cents and shoot some water at these people right here. Oh, there's some coming right here. Let's see. Oh my gosh, they already got really soaked right there. I've heard people tell me that they actually come in and grab a couple rolls of quarters and they just see how many people they can soak. I don't know. I have a funny sense of humor, or I should say an odd sense of humor, where I think that would be a lot of fun. Here's the Dollywood sign right here that they recently put up here, and as you can see right below, they put all of those colorful fun ribbons. That's really nice. I love this edition of the Dollywood Hollywood sign, and if you're looking for the perfect photo op, actually, is if you stand right in front of this 40th sign for Dollywood, you can get the 40th sign and the Dollywood sign right above it. Pretty cool. As with a lot of parks all throughout the country, there are various sponsors locally that come in and offer their sponsorships for the park. So Food City is a grocery store here in the area, and this is a picnic basket, of course, touching upon the summer celebration and the beauties of summer. Who doesn't like a picnic? Here's a nice little cool-off station, another one that they have, and I'm seeing more than I typically do, but I know it's been really hot lately. But again, it's just the perfect amount of mist to cool you off. I really appreciate those. Enough that they won't ruin your hair. Here's Miss Lillian's Millhouse restaurant. Their menu is right to the entrance right here, but we do have that tasting pass. So I want to take a look at one of the options here that I think we're gonna get, because I can see they have pork belly. So I see this one. It's smoked pork belly, burnt ends, flatbread. Oh my goodness, look. That looks delicious. I think we're gonna start off with this one. If you're looking for quick smoked food, they also have other options that are not on the tasting pass that are going to be available here all throughout the summer season. But the barbecue beef sandwich looks really good. A quarter chicken is always delicious. The andouille sausage and just the general hot dog, regular hot dog that I know my kid loves. But there's the smoked pork belly. Whenever there's anything pork belly, I feel like I have to try it. But another thing too, they have the grilled corn with the spicy mayo. I have seen that as a comeback from last year. That is also a delicious option. I'm learning all kinds of tips here. A Dollywood employee just explained to me. Occasionally I will go here and it'll look like the forks or one of the utensils is missing. She says a lot of times they actually get stuck in there. So it looks like they're not there, but all you do is you pull this button in the bottom and it comes out. So keep that in mind. I especially see them look empty around the mill where the cinnamon bread is. So I am really happy I learned that one. Okay, we have acquired the smoked pork belly flatbread, and oh my goodness, smells absolutely delicious. I'm gonna find a spot here in the shade and we're gonna try this out together. It looks so good. And you know what? Quick glance, very generous with the pork belly. I'm very grateful for that. All right, I think I found the perfect spot. Delicious looking pork belly flatbread. Smells so good, and I told you, pork belly, I'm a sucker for, so we're gonna try that. I'm gonna dip it in the sauce there. That pork belly is some of the best pork belly I've had in a very, very long time. It is so flavorful, but also so tender. Sometimes the problem with pork belly, it tends to be a little chewy. This one's just perfectly tender inside, but it has a really great kind of burnt crisp on the outside. Salted to perfection. The seasoning, I just can't even explain how delicious it is. And the sauce, it is so, so good. It has the pickles. It has some of the coleslaw in there. Everything, it just kind of has the perfect crunch. So what we're going to do next is we're going to try it all together as a flatbread. This might be a little challenging because this is pretty big. We're going to try this. Wow. I don't know. I can tell you this is going to be tough to beat this one. This is amazing. I want to show you the pork belly. What I mean about it being burnt, but burnt obviously in a good way. The exterior is so nice and crunchy. The inside is just beautifully tender, moist, just full of flavor. Sky of many colors. Here we have a sky of all of these beautiful ribbons all throughout this walkway here. And of course, it provides a great backdrop here if you want to get your picture taken. It's usually pretty quiet here too, not too many people, so you can get a pretty great photo. All right, so I absolutely devoured that pork belly flatbread. That was delicious. We're gonna walk past here. The Dollywood Express looks like it is getting ready to take off. I don't know if we'll be able to hop on right now, but if not, we're gonna see if we can catch the next time, because one of my favorite kind of chill rides. Getting her ready. We made it just on time to catch the Dollywood Express, so let's go for a ride.
Just very near the pond. Come on, everybody wave at it down the left side. People waving at you, smiling at you. People waving, smiling, you know. Well, we'll see you later. It's like having a good time. Stay hydrated. It's going to be a hot one to do. That's fine. I was going to say, let's see that little out hand and little one.
One thing is, if you sit closer to the front, you get more cinder, at least in my experience, and I got a good face full of cinder.
1, 2, 3.
Every time I go on the Dollywood Express, I always realize how much property they really have here. There's just so much opportunity for development that I'm sure they will be working on in the future, but they really have a lot of land here. I love all of the Dolly music, and then they also play additional classic country while you're on the train. It's just very relaxing. Going by Big Bear right here, the brightest coaster here at Dollywood, and probably one of my favorites. Here we are coming up by Dollywood's newest ride that they are working on that is going to be open here in 2026, and you can see it is quite the structure. Wow, I am really excited. There are so many different theories and thoughts on what this possibly could be, but we are all super excited. Just the square footage alone, it is pretty massive. There she is, future home, Hidden Hollow Aviation. They're working on it. They're working hard. I'm really looking forward to this. Let me know what you guys think it'll be in the comments below. All right, just got off the train. That was a really fun ride. First time I rode there since they started developing that new ride that you can really see from the train. So if you're curious on the progress, definitely check it out. Go on the train. You can really see quite a bit, and wow, it looks massive. I feel like every time I'm gonna come here, I'm gonna hop on that train just to see the progress, but also it's always fun. This is a newer entrance that they just built this year. I do love it. It is much easier to kind of walk down, especially if you have a stroller or wheelchair or even mobility issues. Makes it a lot easier to kind of walk down this semi-steeper incline. We're gonna walk through and see, because it's been a while I've been in here as well. Great thing about this area is that it really is geared for all ages, even for the very young ones. One thing about Dollywood is that, to be honest with you, with a young one myself, there aren't too many rides that are kid friendly other than the country fair. There is the Big Bear Trail and a few smaller rides like the Acorns in Wildwood Grove. I might be missing, I know the Frog Jumper is another, but typically most of the rides here are more kind of, I don't want to call thrill rides, more of the larger roller coasters that unfortunately require a taller height. So this area, if you are coming with a little one, don't miss it, because there's really something for everyone, and honestly, I enjoy it as well. So right away, I noticed something different from last year. They have the bubble foam pit here now. It makes sense that it's here because, again, this is more family friendly, a lot for more geared towards the kids, so I can see the kids really enjoying this area. They said that we will get wet, but that's all right because it's a really hot day, so that's totally fine. Oh my gosh. So much fun. Okay, so they were not joking when they said that you are going to get soaked. You are. So initially, when I started going in, the bubbles were like lower. But then as I started walking in, they started pumping up all the bubbles. And I'm not kidding you, my dress from my waist down is soaked. So that's okay because it is a hot day today. We are gonna walk around and it's gonna dry off, but I love it. I love that they still kept that. I was a little curious what they were gonna do with it when I saw the new restaurant they're built where it originally was last year. I was like, I hope they bring that back, but they did. So it's here at the country fair. Definitely come check it out because it's a fun time. All right, so we're still kind of walking through the country fair. Not much usually changes here in the country fair, and I really respect and appreciate that because I know whenever I come to the country fair, I know what to expect. For example, right here behind me is the Scrambler, which is my favorite ride here at the country fair. Another great place to cool off. It's so great. So around here they have, again, more of your kind of arcade carnival prize games. This one's a lot of fun. This one is a derby, the Dollywood Derby, where you race all of the horses and whoever wins gets to pick these really cool prizes. I like that Yoshi one up there. And then over here is my favorite game here is the Goblet Toss. They usually have some pretty cool games. Oh yeah, they got Sonic. So the idea is here you gotta hit it and either hit it. You gotta throw the ball in either one of the blue ones or the red ones, and depending on which one you hit them in, you get either a larger or a smaller prize. And then right across here they have this fun little splash area for the kids, smaller. I don't see the splashes or the water kind of going up in the air right now. They might have them turned off. Oh, there they go. One thing I did want to point out is the Celebration Hall buffet is not operating this summer season. So typically they have a really nice buffet here you can take advantage of, especially if you come with a larger group with different taste options. But this summer it is not operating. But you know, honestly, that's okay because there really is a lot of options here. And we really like taking advantage of the buffet here, but it's nice when it's not going on too, because it gives you the opportunity to try some of the other wonderful sit-down restaurants, which I know we will, because there's a few that we haven't tried. So that's something just keep in mind. If you're used to coming there, it won't be going on this summer. Oh, that poor little kid. Oh my goodness. Something about Dollywood, and I always have people ask me, why don't I go on the rides? Why don't I go film on the rides? Truth is, Dollywood is very strict about filming on rides. They actually forbid it. You're not allowed to film on any of the rides at Dollywood. So obviously I respect that. That's their policy. So that is the reason why I don't do that. But I love enjoying all of the rides here. And this area here is called Bright Shiny Day. Another roadside attraction here. So bright and shiny and sunny. It reminds me of the sunshine. A lot of great fill-up stations here at Dollywood, but one thing I did notice is there is a Dollywood new beverage here at their fountain drinks. It's called Dollywood Pop Fizz. That is new. I'm gonna give that a try. I typically like getting the Diet Coke, but we're gonna give a try that Pop Fizz here. Try it with some ice. Let's give this a try. Ooh, it is red. I'm gonna just try a little bit and see what we think. All right, let's give this a try. So it tastes like a fruity punch, more of a strawberry flavor though, than like a fruit punch, if that makes sense. It's more strawberry flavored. I think I'm gonna go back to my Diet Coke though. It's a little too sweet. I'm not a big flavor of sweet drinks. It's not as sweet as like a traditional like Hawaiian fruit punch, but it's still sweeter, especially in a hot day today. Wings of America show at times for them. It looks like it's going on right now. Let's peek here for a minute.
Goes out on whatever they found. Now, what you get with a songbird. So you might hear some grunts and hisses, but that's about it.
Really fun show if you are a fan of birds. You really learn a lot of different facts, and they really just kind of fly all around you. So I've done that show a couple times. Check it out, and it's also shaded in there so you can cool off in the meantime while enjoying a great show. I mentioned how there's a lot of sponsors here at the park. Duke's is one of the large sponsors here for Dollywood for the summer celebration, and if you want to see the largest Duke's mayonnaise jar, here it is. They have covered the sky here, going past Blazing Fury and towards Tennessee Tornado right ahead. Another added color, another fun, whimsical area to just kind of make you smile. Here's Tennessee Tornado right here. It has a 45-minute wait. I was hoping for it to be a little bit shorter because that is one that I really like to ride here, but usually, honestly, this one has one of the shorter waits. But we're gonna have to come back and ride that one. Nice little area right here. Not too shaded, but a great place to kind of view and see everyone get off the ride. Okay, so we're gonna move along and see if there's any shorter wait times on any of the rides. Here's Wild Eagle, and it shows that it only has a 20-minute wait. So I think that should be okay. We should be able to ride that. I don't mind waiting 20 minutes. Conquer the skies. That's what we're gonna do. Nice thing too, at the entrance of most all of the rides here at Dollywood, they do have a test seat that you can try for comfort reasons, size reasons, and just everything before you get on, before you wait in line. I like that. It says they will soar on wings like eagles. I think they're supposed to be an L right there. They have a big waiting area here too. So one thing is that I do think it moves a little bit quicker than it might seem because there's two entrances to the ride. There's one to the left and then one to the right. So you can veer. The ride is on both sides. There's a screen right here that kind of gives you a preview of what the ride is like. It really has the best views here in the park, in my opinion. Best views out of all the rides here, and honestly, it is the smoothest ride here at the park. It's a lot of fun. All right, guys. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take off my shoes because I don't want to lose them. Here we go. All right, here we go, guys. It's been a while since I've been on this ride, and it's definitely been a while since I have been front row, so we're really excited for this. Woohoo! best view in the park, I always say. Whew, that was so much fun. And I'm telling you, it is the smoothest ride here at Dollywood. I always say that. It is a total blast. Front row, whew, has some of the best views in the park. I actually rode with another Dollywood employee, and she was really sweet to kind of tell me a little bit about the ride. And they actually have to ride it for safety reasons every 2 hours, so pretty cool. So I got to kind of chat with her a little bit, but let's go see if there's any other rides we can hop on. Be an eagle, not a chicken. Cool little eagle, wild eagle plushes here that you can kind of commemorate your ride if you ride it. Nice and soft. We're gonna stop by here at the Wilderness Pass so I can fill up my drink. I am absolutely parched. Nice that they have all of these different filling stations all throughout, but also if you're coming here during those hot summer months right now. Okay, let's go on. So this right here, the Wilderness Pass, as I mentioned, is the newest restaurant here at Dollywood. It looks delicious. I've looked at the menu. I just haven't had a chance to go in. But one thing I do like is that there's a lot of different seating areas here as well. It looks kind of busy, so it looks like they have been popular. Something fun that Dollywood does do, and they did this when Big Bear was initially announced when they were building it, is they put these little teasers all throughout the park that kind of make it interactive, but also has you part of the adventure and the process of the new ride. So this new ride that we peeked at from the train, you can actually give that number a call right there and be a part of the Hidden Hollow Aviation. We're all really excited for this. Walking in the Timber Canyon here, and right to the left is Mystery Mine. I love riding Mystery Mine. We're gonna see how long the wait is for that. If it's not too bad, we're gonna hop on that as well. Usually I can tell just by kind of peeking, and oh boy, let me see. Line looks long. Okay, so no, it looks pretty long right there. It's wrapped up to the back, so I would guess maybe about a 40-minute wait or so. We're gonna go up towards Wildwood Grove, and then maybe the line will shorten by the time we come back. So let's kind of peek through here and see what's going on. I do love all the different areas through Wildwood Grove. Geared, again, being a family-friendly park, this is geared more towards a lot of kids. There's a lot of smaller rides. Of course, I don't like saying things that are geared just for kids, but they're more kid appropriate, so your kids might really enjoy this area. There's also Till Harvest, the food hall, another great area for food, but there's a lot of great options in here for the younger ones. Dollywood really does a great job with kind of utilizing their space that they have here and changing it out throughout the year for different festivals. So we won't be here all day because I did come here when they opened, but I will be back for the drone and fireworks show. It's always fun to be here. And here is Big Bear Mountain. And actually the line does not look too bad looking at it. So I think we're gonna give this a try. Typically, yeah, this looks good. Typically, if you're past this entire area, it's not backed up through here, I think we're gonna be good. Yeah, this is not too bad at all. And kind of nice area too to kind of take a look at with it being shaded inside, a lot of fans. It is pretty cool, and you can see all the various sightings of Big Bear. This one has a lot of fun theming. It is the newest ride here at Dollywood, and I remember when they were building it, they really built it up. It was all in search of Big Bear, which the whole coaster is. You go on it, and we're on a hunt. We're hunting for Big Bear together. All right, here we go. Here we go. Woo! Woo!
Everyone, head over here. Now let's go.
If you lose it on Big Bear,
Oh my gosh, that was a blast. That was so much fun. Whew. Gotta go through the misting area to cool off a little bit. Oh, that was nice. All right, I'm hungry. I never mentioned this before, but Dragonflyer right here, it's the one recognizable bright green coaster right next to Big Bear. It's another really, really good ride, especially if maybe you have someone in your party that is not ready for Wild Eagle, let's just say, and that can be kids, even adults. I always compare Dragonflyer to a smaller, tamer version of Wild Eagle because it has kind of your feet dangle, no big drops, but it kind of has the same smooth ride effect. Usually has a long line because it's one of like the stepping stone coasters here for a lot of kids that they get to moving to. Hi Flit, how are you?
Beautiful. I love this dress. It has all my favorite colors.
You know what? I knew you were going to be dressed in colorful and beautiful colors. I was like, I have to match Flit.
Yes, pink is my favorite.
Yes,
I love it.
I love it. Well, you've done a wonderful job here, as always.
Oh my goodness,
It's just beautiful, so it's so great to see you.
What's your next adventure?
You know what? I think I'm going to try and do Mystery Mine.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
It's a little scary. So
It is a little scary, so I'm going to be brave for that one. Thank you so much. Keep up the great work. Park looks beautiful. And tell Flutter I said hello.
Oh, I will.
Thank you. Bye. You too. Always a delight to meet Flit and Flutter. Flit was there. So we're going to move on our way. So I did tell Flit that I was going to do Mystery Mine after, or try to. We are going to peek at the line. Last time when we came out this way, the line was pretty long. So Flit might have to come back for Mystery Mine. And it looks like the line is actually longer than last time. So we will not be riding this today. We will come back. I do love that ride too. The theming here, I always tell people, is the best in the entire park. The song is catchy, it gets in your head, it goes mystery, mystery mine. And then there's this guy right here. He sure does look menacing. Oh, I never noticed this before. Hold on. And how I never saw this. Is this new? I have never noticed these little birds here in this little cave, in this little mine. Oh, I like them. Nice little added touch. If you haven't rode this ride, this bird does make an appearance in a different state. Okay, so we're gonna move along here. I see Drop Line has a very long line too. I had thought of riding that. I used to always say that was kind of a one and done type of ride for me, but I'm starting to get better with drops. The line doesn't seem too bad on that one, but again, I have some food still from the tasting pass that I want to sample, so we're gonna go about our day and see what our next little delight is. So I see a few options here for the tasting pass, the chicken Alfredo pizza and the vegetable Cobb salad, which sounds very good, sounds very refreshing. I think we're gonna give this a try next. Let's go in there. All right, so I got a seat here in the shade, and I got the vegetable Cobb salad. It sounded very fresh, perfect on this hot day. Something refreshing, and has a lot of scallions. That's the first thing I noticed in the top. So if you're not a fan of scallions, you might not love it. I love scallions. And ooh, it comes with this raspberry vinaigrette. So we're going to put that right on top. And we're gonna shake it up. I can hear Mystery Mine behind me, the people screaming. I remember when you could ride Mystery Mine and there was like maybe a 5-minute wait. So somehow it increased in popularity that it's always really busy. That's another one that I have not rode in a very, very long time. So maybe I'll come during the week and just do rides with you guys. Okay. Okay, so I shook it up really well. It looks like it's nice and mixed. Whew, it is hot here. So this looks like it would be refreshing. So let's give this a try. It's very refreshing. So it has the chickpeas, the cheese, the feta, the roasted corn, the tomatoes, the scallions, as I mentioned, the raspberry vinaigrette. It's good. I don't know how I feel about the dressing. I think maybe as I get into it more, the flavor is more at the bottom. So you really need that cheese. Oh, I see the lettuce is on the bottom as well. So as I mix it a little bit more, I'm starting to enjoy it more. It's not bad. I don't love it, I'll be honest, but it's certainly not bad. I don't regret getting it. I think it's a dressing that I don't really care for. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It's okay. It's not my favorite. I think if you're a vegetarian, it's got a lot in it. I think it's just the dressing that I don't particularly care for, but yeah, it's definitely not bad. I would give it a try. And in the same building here, I wanted to point out they have my favorite station for filling up Coke. It has the freestyle, so you can pick all of these options. So the freestyle is back. Really, really excited about that. We're gonna mix something up right here now. All right, so I filled up my drink. They were out of a lot of the zero sugars and the diet beverages, but which is the ones I don't like sweet drinks, as you guys know. But one thing that I did see that I haven't seen anywhere in the park with the freestyle machine is they have sweet tea and unsweet tea. So I got some unsweetened tea, and it's actually really, really good. And here is the Gazillion Bubble Show back from last year. It is so much fun. It is quite the sight. There's 3 times for this one, 1, 3, and 5. So cool because you're really just surrounded by bubbles everywhere. It's so cool. So that was a lot of fun. I actually happened to catch the very tail end of that show, but let's go see if we can find some dessert and move along. Look at all these beautiful, beautiful flowers here. We're gonna go into the sweet shop here because I am wanting something sweet. So when we first walked in, I did notice these options for the tasting pass. It's the orange creamsicle milkshake and the peach cobbler, and they both sound so refreshing. So we got the orange creamsicle milkshake. Typically I would get the peach cobbler, but I wanted to try something different. And the orange sounded very refreshing, so we're gonna sit down here and give it a try. All right, so let's give this orange creamsicle a taste. Oh my gosh, this is so good. It tastes exactly like one of those orange creamsicles when you're a kid and you have them in the summertime. That's exactly what it tastes like. It's delicious. It's very good. All right, so we just walked out the Emporium. It was really, really busy in there. I didn't get a chance to really kind of look around too much. There were a lot of people and I didn't want to get in the way of anyone. I had a great time today here at Dollywood. Love their tasting pass. I do still have 2 more tastings that I know we'll be back for and kind of take in more of the shows because there were a lot that we even missed. So overall though, I had such a great time. Thank you guys for coming along with me. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if you've been to the summer celebration yet or if you plan on coming, but I appreciate you guys watching, and if you have not already, please do consider subscribing for vlogs here in the Pigeon Forge and Gatlinburg area, and always remember, it is not the same without you.